Hi guys, for today's trade of the day, we'll be looking at dollar CAD. And as usual, I'd like to start off with the monthly chart. Now on the monthly chart, what I like to do is look for long-term resistance and long-term supports. And once we have those levels graphically, we confirm them using Fibonacci retracements or extension ratios. With that, let's start off with the monthly. Now, often I can see their price actually spiked to this level and back in 2016 and once more as recently as March 2020. Right, so let me just put a line there. Right, you see that price actually tapped and rejected these levels very, very nicely. Now, with that, let's just call this the long-term resistance. And what we want to do is also to confirm this level with Fibonacci ratios. So let's take a retracement from the swing high here and all the way to the swing low. And we see that price actually tapped the 7860 retracement twice. So since this is a strong level, let's keep it there. Now what we want to do is also to find a long-term support, and with that there doesn't seem to be any strong graphical level, so let's just use Fibonacci retracement from the swing low here all the way to the spike here. It can be either this one or this one because they are the same level. Let's just take to this one and let's open up all the Fibonacci ratios. And we see that the 50% level has actually been tested twice, right? With price spiking to tapping below here in May 2015 and once more with a strong rejection on September 17. So let's just put in that level and let's change this to green for support, and let's call this our long-term support. So now we have our long-term support and long-term resistance level. Let's go down to the weekly. Now, on the weekly, you just want to focus on this area here because that's where the more recent prices are, right? So let me just bring the levels forward. Okay, so on the weekly, what we want to do is we want to find the weekly resistance and weekly support. And we see that it's a bit hard to find any graphical levels except for maybe this level here, this point, and also maybe for this point, but we want to confirm whether they are in line with any Fibonacci ratios. So I said we want to focus on the more recent prices. We take a Fibonacci retracement from the swing low here all the way to where price spiked the long and touched the long-term resistance. We open up all the Fibonacci ratios. And we see two things, right? Price actually, there's a possibility that price will retrace and hit this graphical overlap at the 38.20, and also there is sort of a nice level here at a 61.8 retracement where price touched once, twice, second time, right? So let's just highlight those two levels, 38 and 61. Now, because the 38 is closer to price, we'll take the 38 instead and we'll call it our weekly support. We'll ignore the 61 for now because should the 38, should price break below the 38, then it will go to the 61. Right, but because price is currently a bit of a distance off from the weekly support and this is a trade of the day, we only want to take the closer levels. So then let's just focus on the 38. I am not finding any weekly resistance because price is also holding in the middle of the long-term resistance and the weekly support. Right, so we can call this long-term resistance our weekly resistance as well. With that, let's go down to the daily. And give me a while as I tidy this chart up. Okay, because the long-term support is really far off, it's about 14% off, and that is quite a big move in terms of Forex. Let's just remove it and ignore it for now, and we just want to focus on this current level. So we're going to find a daily support and a daily resistance. Now that we're on the daily chart, let's just use an extension and we find this zigzag from the top to the low and back up to this current price here. And we pull out all the Fibonacci ratios, and we see that the 0.5 level is close to the spike here, and at the same time the 78.6 is on the weekly support. So we can highlight those two levels. And we can call this the daily support. And just remember that this is an extension. Okay, and we can do a retracement from the swing low here just to find further confluences all the way to the top. And we pull out all the Fibonacci ratios. And we see that this 50% Fibonacci extension is quite close to the 38.2. But we'll just ignore it for now and we'll just make a mental note of this. Okay, now we're going to find a daily resistance, and I'll take a retracement from the swing high all the way to the swing low. And we see that the 50% level seems like a good, sort of a good retracement level. So let me just put price in at a 50%, and let's put this as our daily resistance. So we highlight the 50% level. Now it's interesting to note that price is actually holding in the middle of daily resistance and daily support, right? It could be a possibility a price push up to a daily support, and there could also be a possibility that price push down to price push up to a daily resistance, and also another possibility that price push down to the daily support. Now to be clear of this, we go down to the 4 hours. Now we're going to focus on more recent prices, but let me just tidy this chart up. Offhand, what we're looking at, we see the price is actually making a lower high, so we can actually connect all these levels together and just draw a sort of a descending trend line resistance where price tapped once, came close the second time, tapped the third time, tapped the fourth time, right? So what I'm thinking price could be doing is price could be making a push down towards the daily support level, and possibly even the weekly support should price break below the daily support level. So how I would really play this is I would actually be bearish anywhere below this level. This will be my intermediate resistance or my sell level, and I'll actually wait for price to pull back before I go for a short. So this will be my trade of the day, where as long as price is below daily resistance, I'll be bearish with my first take profit at daily support. When price reaches my daily support, I'll take partial profits of about 50 to 75%, move my stop loss to break even, and let the rest of the position run towards the weekly support. If price were to break above the daily resistance, I will immediately go long and play the weekly resistance at a 1.4690 level as my take profit, my bullish take profit. So that's all I have for today's trade of the day. Thank you.